I love that because I feel like awareness is always a good place to start. Something that, some of my clients will even set timers like a couple times a day, and it'll be like A, take a mini break, which we can talk about like at any point during the show, but B, ask yourself the question, what am I doing right now? And half the time when they talk about their priorities and values in their life, and then if it's not what they're doing, it's just a good reminder like, okay, did I just like slink off into this like, oh, okay, I work from home, so I'm doing like C minus level need work because I'm kind of avoiding writing the thing or doing the thought piece or whatever. I think sometimes we can do unimportant things as kind of an avoidance technique, especially as entrepreneurs.
Dude, I just did this morning, which we're still by stepping your story. But this morning, so one of my good friends, we're actually hosting a business retreat coming up. I texted her I voice messaged her this morning. I'm like, dude, I have so much fucking shit to do right now. I don't know what to do first. So I'm literally opening up junk mail right now. And literally, I'm just sitting here with a pile of junk mail from like the week, right? Because we just keep it on the little credenza thing out in the main room. We pull the stuff that's important, and then there's this whole pile of just junk mail. And I was so overwhelmed this morning with so many high priority things that had to get done that I couldn't even fucking breathe. And I'm just like, I'm just gonna open up junk mail and just read junk mail and clear this off my desk. But to your point, right? It's like finding just mundane things to do that are not important whatsoever, that could be done while we're watching 3 hours of Netflix easily.
For real. Yes. I think that any entrepreneur probably can relate to that. And I feel like you have to really differentiate between taking conscious breaks
Yeah.
and making sure that you're like doing something that's actually a break during those breaks,
Yeah.
and escapism, right? And avoiding not sharing your voice, not sharing your work, not stepping into your power as an entrepreneur.
Yeah. That one thing that I have started doing probably within the last 2 years is I always used to, because right, I work from home, right? Working, always working. I'm definitely one of these people that you're talking about as far as like always saying that I'm busy. I actually just made a post the other day that I haven't posted yet, but it says something to the effect of like, are you busy? And then my answer is, I'm always fucking busy. Like, what are you talking about? Why are you asking me if I'm busy? I'm always busy. But to your point, right? But one thing that I have started to cognizantly do over the last couple of years is eat and relax. So, like, I'll turn on a non-educational podcast about, or not even non-educational, non-business podcast about health, about wellness, about politics, about culture, and I'll eat and just relax, and I'll put my feet up. Sometimes I'll go outside and just like turn my brain off from business. Because I was just so used to just eating, working, or even if I did eat and not work, I'd be watching like one of the programs that I'm in. So I'm learning something, you know, one of the courses that I'm running on business or marketing or sales. So it's just constant, right? Just pumping my brain, just constantly full of so much stuff. And I feel like that has actually helped me kind of like breathe into my life.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a really great example, Sabrina. I have two things to say to that. One, I commend you because I'm not like a food or a health coach, but I do feel like similarly in my life, it's like, do you love yourself enough to sit down and have a meal?
Yeah.
It's like it's not out of this like punishment or forcing for me. It's always like, can you love yourself into your highest expression? So for me, I definitely had to gotten some bad habits when I was, you know, crazed in that former version of me and had a little kids, and you're sitting there like eating a rejected piece of grilled cheese and like that garbage. Like no one feels good. And I really, in terms, you talk about stories like, again, practice, not perfect, but most days for my meals, I try to shut everything down, no technology. Cool if you're listening to something, but definitely not looking at something and trying to do something. And I say like a small intentional like prayer, if you will. It's just like maybe that may this be exactly what I need to nourish me today.
Mm.
And it's almost just this little moment. And just because I know you're interested in this, I think that there is some like research that's coming out that your body actually can absorb better because you're in a little bit more of that rest and digest.
Love that. Let's
One other, yeah, one other thing I just wanted to say is like a kind of a radical shift that a woman who is like, you've got so much energy to do so many good things, and you kind of have to decide if taking true rest actually allows you to show up better. And I would argue that it does. And that's a big shift. It's not just like, oh, let's all sit in the sun. It's like, I deeply think that when my brain and my body have intentional rest, I'm more creative and I'm way better in position to be of service.